Once again, good morning, distinguished guest. It's Provian Operations Capital Market Authority and Chairman of the Sandbox, Willie Njoroge, the CEO of CASIP. Of course, we have in the room for making it today. Now,
Today marks a major milestone in the development of the Nairobi Securities Exchange. What started off as a coffee table discussion moved to the open outcry system and then moved to remote access from the broker's office has now revolutionized. For the first time, we have a fully automated process where an individual can invest in the stock exchange without ever having to step in the broker's office. He can open the account, he can trade, he can do everything he needs to do without ever. So this is perhaps a big step that we have made in terms of the development of the stock market. And AIB Capital is proud to have pioneered this innovation. This journey started in 2012. In 2012, we launched a USSD-based trading platform with a code *543#. We then moved on to online trading through desktop and laptops. And around 2015, we developed a mobile app, which then now enables smartphone users also to be able to access the stock market remotely. However, we still had a challenge in terms of penetration. And the key challenge was that the account opening process was long and very cumbersome. It required an investor to come into our office, fill in a form, provide a photograph, a copy of the ID, a bank statement, and all those things that are prescribed by the law. We therefore took up the challenge and said, how do we go around this challenge that is perhaps hindering us from penetrating and enabling Kenyans to invest in the stock market more effectively? So where does the future take us from here? We hope to continue to innovate. And we say we have now the platform that we can plug in new and other things. We are particularly encouraged by the CMA's initiative to introduce a sandbox. And we will be coming to the CMA with innovations that we are building around this AIB DigiTrader and hopefully passing through the sandbox so that it can continue to grow. We are also encouraged by the innovations that the NSE and the CDSC are taking in terms of upgrading their systems. These innovations will allow us to do day trading on the stock market, securities lending, short selling. These kind of things, when brought together with an easy access, which you get from AIB Digital Trader, will revolutionize, I believe, the stock market and will enable very people to access the stock market. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that we believe that the future of retail stock broking is digital. The days of filling in forms and physical documents are numbered, in our opinion. And we would like to encourage our partners to work with us towards this journey of digital transformation. We know that it's the aspiration of both the CMA and the NSE to convert this market to an emerging market. When we look at countries that have changed to emerging market status, a key distinction has been a very strong domestic market. And this particular innovation will enable us to strengthen our domestic market and improve the supply side of investors into the stock market.
At this point, we are happy to say we are very satisfied as the regulators that the innovation they bring is safe as any other you may see in any good market. And therefore, they deserve a round of applause. As capital markets, I think it is in line with our aspirations, which are in the capital markets master plan, and obviously the newly launched regulatory sandbox thinking. And in fact, for us, this looks like the first product that has gone through the sandbox, because our review and the work we have done with AIB will be more or less what we'll be seeing in the sandbox. What we can only say at this point, please, we have an innovation which is good for us, and I think all investors, wherever you are, and those who are interested to do business in a very convenient way, here is a choice, an option, and we are hoping that most of the other partners within the capital markets will come to do something similar to this, so that we can deepen the capital markets even further.
Say as NSE, we are very happy to see our brokers innovate and create access opportunity for investors. For a very long time, we've been challenged with the penetration of the retail investor. Today, our market is almost international. When you have almost 60% foreign investment activity, that's international. And our challenge is really, how then do we get the retail market into this, into the platform? Just yesterday, we had a visit from the Shenzhen Stock Exchange in China, which has a 99.9% retail penetration. The market is actually 99.9% retail. 100 million account holders and 10 million active accounts. And I can't believe that today we are now addressing that problem through this innovation. I think if you look at I think all the brokers and companies have been setting up front ends that are innovative, trading front ends, and the missing link has been, how then do we open the accounts? Now, this today has addressed that missing link. For the NSE, we've seen this happen in the Emakiba program, and I have no doubt that for the equity markets, this is the way to go. So Paul, congratulations again, and I think you've made a good start to that effort. So the future of Kenya stock markets is really through use of innovative technology. We as a country are highly innovative. The transformation and success of our products on the mobile money platforms, the mobile banking platforms, has really demonstrated that we are really a very tech-savvy society. And when you're a tech-savvy society, you cannot retreat back to physical form applications and that kind of way of addressing or of carrying out our activity. We have to look forward and make those changes and move forward. And so, by you developing this solution, you have addressed the key problem of market access. I was very delighted when you talked about, you've actually piloted, tested that this app works. When you have clients in Garissa, Marsabit, Wajir maybe soon, and those are Kenyans who want to access the capital markets. But the challenge has been, how do they open accounts? You know, you really need a strong distribution to address that problem. And if you're going to have physical branches in all these locations, then really it's not efficient, it's more costly, etc. So the only way to do it is by having, taking advantage of technology and making these happen through those kind of arrangements. And you've really, really done it.
Mr. Geoffrey Dundo, Mr. Wycliffe Shamir, and Mr. Paul Mwai to officially launch Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Geoffrey Dundo.